That's a good fish right there. There we go, girl. Woo, man.
Let's Take It Outside is brought to you by FishBrain, the world's #1 fishing app. Download it free now and start hooking up.
Welcome back to St. Augustine, our nation's oldest city. St. Augustine is not only a city known for its history, it's a great place to take it outside. Rich in the outdoors, the fishing, gator encounters, kayaking, ziplining, and beaches are all just part of the outdoor activities to keep you moving. St. Augustine, it's a place where history and nature come together. Our first stop in St. Augustine is checking in to the charming Marker 8 Hotel and Marina. Centrally located and right on the water, this is the perfect place to launch your St. Augustine adventure vacation. St. Augustine offers a wide variety of places to stay, from historic to modern, in town and on the water. You're sure to find your perfect location. St. Augustine is home to some of the most beautiful beaches in Florida, 42 miles to be exact. And let's not forget the fishing. It's on the hook. It's close enough to home, but different enough to make you feel a world away.
This episode of Let's Take It Outside is presented by St. Augustine in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida's historic coast, a place where history and nature come together.
I am so excited to be back in beautiful St. Augustine, and today we are doing something really special. I am getting to fish with Jacob Hardy, Captain Jacob Hardy here, and we're going offshore. What are we going to do today, Jacob?
We're going to run out probably about 20 miles. Target bottom fish, target gray snapper, or excuse me, gray triggerfish, vermilion snapper. Sure we'll catch some red snapper and see what else we can catch on the bottom. Maybe do a little bit of trolling towards the end of the day if we have the right conditions.
And that's the cool thing about fishing over here on the east coast of Florida is that we're going to go about 20 miles. And what's the depth of water we're going to be fishing in?
We'll be ranging anywhere from like 65 to 85 feet probably today.
It's going to be great because there's so much diversity over here in the fishing, and you've arranged, postcard weather here in St. Augustine, and it's just another great reason to come here and visit and go fishing. But now I'm actually ready to go catching. We just got out to our first spot. We're about 12 miles offshore, and the cool thing is we're using the spot lock on the Minn Kota trolling motor, so we don't even have to anchor up. Jacob's getting some baits out. We're gonna drop to the bottom and see what happens. Okay, well, trying to catch up with Jacob right now. He got the first fish in the boat of the day. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. Check that out. Little American Red. Beautiful fish. These are so fun to catch. They need to be a little bit bigger. However, good way to start the day right here. Check that out. Oh, hold on, buddy. Amazing red snapper, but we're gonna release him. Well, here's another species of fish. We have only been fishing a few minutes already. Caught some lesser amberjacks, American red snapper. Got a nice little beeliner here. So pretty good spot. Got another one. Okay,
Got them on.
starting to pick up over here, which is great. We'll see what else we get. Let's see. Well, nice little porgy. We got another species of fish, a long spine porgy. Jacob says they're really good to eat. They're a little different than the ones we have in the Gulf. You know, a few minutes into it, we're already up to 4 or 5 different species. Fishing over here in St. Augustine is amazing. Okay, this is a little bit bigger fish, just like Jacob called it. Feel like it's a nice American red snapper the way it's bouncing on the way up. Plus, they were just coming up in the water column. Holy moly. Snapper are all over the place out here. It is insane. I have never seen a snapper bite like this where they're coming up to the surface. I followed this fish up, and I know they're just gonna get bigger and bigger as the day goes on. Whoa, he's digging down. He does not want to come to the boat. Oh, watch that. Okay, hold on. This one's a little bigger. Look at that. Bite's almost immediate as soon as you get down to the bottom. Look at that fish. Beautiful American red snapper over here. I put down a live mullet right now. We're changing things up. I may have just lost him. I got a big hit as soon as I hit the bottom. Oh wait, hold on. They're still messing with him, okay. These fish have commitment issues sometimes, so you just gotta be patient.
Keeper beeliner there.
Nice.
Fish are delicious.
Dinner's looking better and better.
Absolutely.
Let's see if I can get this one in the boat. Last big one, didn't make it in the boat. Let's see if I can get this one in. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Another great snapper. It was so crazy. I was reeling this one up and a bigger one was following him up in the water column to see what was going on. The snapper bite over here is just unreal. So we've used a lot of different varieties of bait today. We're also using these Boston mackerel, which are pretty cool. We're cutting the tails off at a diagonal and just, you know, putting them on the hook, running them down to the bottom. And the snappers seem to really love them, so that's what's happening. This is a pretty good one. Jacob put us on a good spot, I'm telling you. Whoa, giving you a little bit of a hard time. That's why fishing is so fun. This one, he's a little camera shy. He might be in the witness protection program, I'm not sure. Here we go, another beautiful snapper right here. Whoops. Oh. Awesome fish, awesome fish.
Go for it. Double head of red snappers. They're biting wide open.
Jacob's always trying to show me up. Look at that. He has to catch 2 at a time, but mine was bigger. Mine was bigger. He's got to catch 2 just to catch up with me. He's always trying to one-up me, always. This spot was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we caught a lot of different species of fish. We already got dinner for tonight. We're gonna try and do something a little bit different now, and that's the cool thing about fishing over here, the diversity and the different things you can do. So what's the plan?
So we're gonna switch gears and instead of bottom fishing, we're gonna start doing some live bait trolling around these reefs. Options for what we can catch are kind of limitless, but most likely it's gonna be kingfish or cobia or sailfish. This time of year is really good for that.
I'll take all 3. How's that?
That works for me.
Okay, good. We're gonna change up the game plan and start trolling.
We're setting these live baits up on what's called a stinger rig. It's just a light cable leader with some small treble hooks. This one has a skirt or a duster on it. And we're just gonna slow troll these live baits and hope for a bite. did.
Oh my gosh!
Got him.
Woo!
Got him.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no! Oh man! Oh my god! Well, I've done something today I have never done before, never heard of, never even thought that you could do. There's all these cool spadefish all over the surface, and Jacob's like, well, let's go see if we can free gaff one. So of course, you know, being the captain that he is, he got one right off the rip. And believe it or not, I actually got one too. I can't believe it. Another species in the box. So awesome. Okay, we're on already. I didn't even make it to the bottom. Let's see what we got. Dude, just an action-packed day today. We're having so much fun. I can't believe we were free gaffing spadefish just a little bit ago. Now we're moving on. Oh, 2 at a time. Check this out. Nice. No, I got a snapper. Snapper on the bottom.
You and I got
Oh, you and I have the same. Look, my snapper's on the bottom though. Awesome. We're throwing these guys back. What we're trying to catch right now are triggerfish. But we've got to wade our way through some of these other species, you know, before we can get that. This guy's going to be let go to grow up.
We do have a triggerfish.
Yay, that's what we're looking for.
Nice. The gray triggerfish.
This is the target species that we've been going after. So we had to go through a lot of snapper, a lot of sea bass. You know, Jacob landed the first trigger, but I finally got one for myself. So, Captain Jacob, you have grown up here in St. Augustine. Tell me a little bit about what it's like to grow up in America's oldest city.
It's unique. You know, growing up, I didn't realize that I was growing up into such an attraction, but it really has developed into quite the tourist destination and allows for a great charter opportunity for many different businesses. And it's also just really unique growing up and being accustomed to fishing in front of the oldest masonry fort in the United States, and you know, the historic town, and that's not something you get to see every day.
Well, and a lot of people, you know, they come here for the history, of course. The shopping, the dining, the food here is phenomenal. The shopping's phenomenal. But one thing that we're really trying to showcase here, and let's take it outside, is the outdoors. Mm-hmm. And you know, you have Anastasia Park, which is just gorgeous, the camping there, the kayaking. But a lot of people don't realize the inshore and offshore fishing over here is incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, our fishing, it's changes throughout the year, and it's really exciting because, you know, during the summer months you can go offshore, you can catch kingfish, snapper, grouper, all kinds of stuff. You know, we have a great trolling fishery in the springtime for mahi and tuna, and then billfish. And then, you know, all winter you can fish inshore, catch redfish, flounder, drum. But most of our fishing is kind of year-round.
Exactly, it just changes a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the season. So no matter what time you come to St. Augustine, there's always going to be something biting. We just wrapped up a great day offshore fishing. Jacob, I want to thank you so much. It was so fun. We did a lot of different stuff. First, we were bottom fishing, went trolling, and then the greatest thing I've ever done fishing so far is we were free gaffing those spadefish, and that was just incredible. It was so fun, a time I'll never forget. So you did a great job filleting everything, and tonight we're headed over to the Kingfish Grill to do a little hook and cook.
I'm Captain Jacob Hardy with Fish Hardy Charters. When you're ready to go fishing with me, go to fishhardy.com.
Fishing in St. Augustine is so fun. So after we did our line and dine over at the Kingfish Grill, we needed to go back for more, because I heard if you're fishing by the bridge at night, which you cannot do where we live, this method of fishing, that you could catch some actually really nice bull reds and some big redfish. So I was down with that. We hung over and went to the bridge, put in some lines. There were tarpon jumping everywhere. And it didn't take too long fishing with these live mullet before we got a bite. And we were actually reeling in some big redfish like this big. Okay, they were really that big, but they were still really nice redfish. There's quite a few restaurants here in St. Augustine actually that you can bring in your fresh fish and your fresh catch for them to cook up however you want. For dinner, lunch, whatever. And we decided to go over to the Kingfish Grill also because it's, again, right on the water. And Jacob and Caitlin came by boat. We drove over there and brought the fish that he had filleted and that we had caught that day. And they cooked it all up for us. But there is something unique about St. Augustine that I didn't know about. There is a pepper that's indigenous to this area. I believe it was brought in by Spain, and it's called the fatal pepper. I had never heard of it before, but it's a big deal here. And they put it in your sauce, on your fish. They'll put it even in your chocolate with some custom chocolates that they make here in St. Augustine. And it's really good. Now, you gotta be careful though, because a little goes a long way from what I understand. You don't wanna overdo it, because then, you might be in pain the next day. But it was great. So the Kingfish Grill cooked up our fish perfectly. We took the triggerfish and they blackened it, which I have to be honest, I think that was my favorite. But because I was so excited about how we were able to harvest those spadefish, I honestly think that was the best tasting fish I ever had, because catching it the way we did and free gaffing it was just incredible. So I'm gonna have to go with the spadefish and how they cooked it. We fried it up, put a little fatal chili pepper on it, and it was amazing. There's a lot of ways to experience St. Augustine, and one thing you can't forget is the nightlife here. There's so much to do at night, great dining, drinking, but one thing that I found that's right up my alley was the Old Town Cycle Tour. Now, it wasn't totally sure if this was going to be fun or what it was all about. It's this really amazing big boat, and you have all these stools with a bar in the middle and pedals. So in order to get where you're going on this excursion, everybody's got to sit down, grab a cold one, and then start pedaling. So it actually made me feel pretty good about myself, because you can enjoy a sunset cruise, and let's face it, I skipped my day at the gym, and I could like pedal and get some good exercise while I'm checking out, you know, the old fort, the beautiful sunset, downtown. So the tour that way is actually a lot of fun. They play a lot of good music, and there's a lot of singing and dancing going on. So it was right up my alley. I highly recommend going on the Old Town Cycle Tour. Michael and his buddies, Adam, and Adam, were a lot of fun. This is why St. Augustine is one of my favorite places. It's where history, fun, and nature all come together.